What's up, guys? Welcome back. Another episode of the Competition Timeout. Sorry for the delay. Sorry for the bit missing, but we're back, and it is Wednesday. We are going to preview the finals, which start tomorrow. The Dallas Mavericks, the Western Conference winners. We haven't talked about that. They took care of business against Ant and the Timberwolves. They won that series 4-1. Yeah, and then the Celtics swept the Indiana Pacers after all those injuries. So a lot to preview here. Like I said, like, subscribe, share, comment, all that. Hope the comments is somehow help the rest of the shows, Puck Talk, um, the Nando Rome show. Coming back this week also is the Throne Bros, Game of Thrones, new season coming back of the House of the Dragon. So the Throne Bros will be back. So pay attention to all that. Like, subscribe, share, all that. Do that for us. We appreciate it. Yeah, let's get right to it. So the NBA Finals, we have the Western Conference winners. A shock to a lot of people, including myself, are the Dallas Mavericks. I was not. They were my pick to beat Minnesota. I don't think I put it on air, so you can believe me if you're not. Told a couple of my friends when we talked about it and broke it down, Minnesota, Dallas, that I thought Dallas would win. Only because they had the slight edge with a little bit more of that veteran thing that you need in the playoffs. That is, it's not talked about a lot, but it's just the little things, a lot more veteran experience and all that. They won. They won 4-1. Minnesota could only get one win there. In the other series, the Boston Celtics ran into something that people are holding against them, and it's that they ran into the Pacers team that actually all four games was leading going into the fourth. I believe that's what the stat was. And they ended up losing. They got swept. They were without Halliburton for 3 of those 4 games. Or, yeah, or, yeah. Anyway, they were without Halliburton. Um, so, yeah, let's break it down a little bit. Obviously, it starts tomorrow, Thursday. It is in Dallas. No, wrong, wrong, wrong. Already messing up. It is in Boston. It is at 8:30 start in Boston. The Mavs go in there into Boston. Boston honestly has been the best team in the league all year. They had the best record. They dominated. What else can I say? Honestly, I'm going to be honest with you about what I've seen in the playoffs from Boston right here. I'm going to break down the Boston Celtics first. Obviously, they should be the correct pick. This team all around is more talented than the Dallas Mavericks. Boston, when healthy, is very good defensively and is very good defensively and offensively. Both sides very good. They showed that during the season. They blew out teams. They had the best record by far, and they deserve it. There should be everybody's easy pick to win the championship. During the playoffs, though, they haven't. Honestly, they didn't show me a lot. Yes, Porzingis has been hurt for most of the playoffs, so that changes their offense a lot. But when I see them, they kind of frustrate me, and it's kind of hard because even though they're getting this win, so it's hard to criticize. It's the way they've won all year too, so that's also a thing to keep in mind. But it still bugs me. I remember a lot of the games when they play. There's not as much movement as like other teams. There's a lot of them just huddled around the 3 point line, the whole starting five, and then they're passing around trying to find the perfect pass. And there's nobody down low. Obviously, that could be because of the void of Porzingis. He is set to play. He's not sure if he's 100% though, but he's set to play. Um, so that'll change their offense a little bit because it spreads them out and offensively. So you can do both, outside, inside. So their offense, like I said, even though they're winning, has not blown me away. They struggled against the Cavs and the Cavs that didn't have Mitchell. They didn't look crazy good against the Pacers, and they didn't have Tyrese for most of it. And I forget who they played the first round, but it wasn't like crazy, 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 honestly. But they just, to me, they haven't looked as good as they did in the regular season. And maybe I didn't watch as much regular season of theirs as much, and maybe like it was over so quickly because it was the regular season that I kind of tuned out. But maybe this is who they are. We'll see. All right. Dallas, on the other hand, different story. Uh, this is Luka and Kyrie's team. At the trade deadline, they made some key moves. They got PJ Washington, and then they got Gafford and from Washington, and that has made them better since the trade deadline. They've been a really, really good defensive team. Obviously, the Celtics are normally um, a very good defensive team. So offensively is where it's been not a mystery because it was there. Obviously, Kyrie and Luca, the way if you really look at it, it seems like they're splitting quarters until the fourth. When it's in the fourth, there's been a few quarters where they both take over. They take turns taking over in the fourth, where they've had, I think, in one of the games in the last series they had the same points in that quarter, which was like 15 in one of the games, both in the fourth quarter. But then they've gotten really good play by their supporting guys like PJ Washington, the guy they got, especially shooting the ball. They got a lot of contributions from Derek Jones Jr. shooting the ball as well, which helps those two guys and relieves the pressure, especially when the eyes are on them. Kyrie driving, Luca on the beyond the arc, same through Kyrie beyond the arc. Uh, when you switch the focus to those guys being open, and these two guys being really good ball handlers and being really good passers, getting them the ball has worked. They got Klebo back. He's a shooter, somebody who can split the floor a little bit. Lively has been great down low, as was Gafford. That's that 1-2 punch down low, protecting the paint, and rebounding and all that. So it's worked out really good. Um, as far as matchups go, now that we can get into it, as far as matchups go, it'll be interesting to see how Boston likes to play this. Obviously, we know Drew Holiday is a really good defensive player, and the Celtics as a team are a good defensive team. Um, so it'll be interesting to see who they put Drew Holiday on. Is it going to be on Luka and Kyrie? I'm thinking it's going to be Kyrie, and then they'll have uh, either Tatum or Brown take Luka, and then or alternate something like that. But that's just me. And then defensively for the Mavs, I think Kyrie or Luka, probably Luka will guard Tatum. Kyrie will probably cover Brown, but I could be wrong. It could be PJ Washington or Derek Jones. Could be completely wrong. But yeah, that'll be interesting to see how they do defensively, and then what impact Porzingis can have on the offense when we know that like it's kind of impacted him, I think, in not a good way, him being out because they're not the same. So it'll be interesting to see. The refs have been named. Two of the key names are Scott Foster and Tony Brothers among the 12 refs picked for the finals. So it'll be interesting there as well, how that goes. But I'm just very interested, very excited for tomorrow night for this to get going. Yeah, these teams finished pretty early, so we haven't had basketball for feels like almost a week. But let's get these finals rolling. Uh, the world of sports, nothing else is going on. Obviously, yesterday it was announced that there was some suspensions in baseball for gambling, a couple of 1-year suspensions, and the big one, infielder for the Padres got banned for life for betting. I don't know why these guys are being stupid and doing it. You're going to get a ban, especially in baseball. Stop doing it. Don't be stupid. These gambling companies, they're in bed and they're open to sharing information with the leagues. You're going to get caught. You try to get somebody else to do it, you're going to get caught. They they are noticing the trends. And also, I think the funniest thing about the story is that I think he only won at about a 4.3% rate. So it wasn't like he was doing that great either. Not I'm not saying that to justify what he did. I think what he did is stupid. He's seeing what's going around in the other leagues, as one of my friends said, and people are still doing it. So if you're gonna do it when you know the consequences, then you should get banned. But people got to stop doing it. They got to realize these companies are helping the leagues out to regulate all this, and that nothing um, bothers the integrity of the game, honestly. Yeah, NFL as well. We got mandatory mini camps for most teams this week or next week, one or two. I think it's all this week. And obviously, after this mandatory mini camp, which I believe for every team is 3 days, this is when they call it the summer break. The teams are off until for about basically 30 days. And most of them will be reporting back at the end of July for the start of training camp. So we're almost here. It's almost fantasy draft season. It's all that type of thing. It's almost that time once again. So yeah, we're back. We're back. We're back. And can't wait. So we'll start talking more about that. Obviously, we'll be back after the finals game, reacting to it, and anything else that's going on in the world of sports as usual here on the Competition Time Out. So thank you for tuning in. Peace.